So if you remember in the videos in the past when I've done the CFM through the carpet test, you may remember that some of the tests, primarily the one between my SC889A and the SC889E, where it was a 12-inch versus a 16-inch, the Sanitaire SC889, I think, won over the 89A, not because of any motor upgrades, but because of its oversized head. It was able to access more pores. And you know what? I don't like that. That's not really fair numbers to compare it to. So that's kind of how I feel it went between the Kirby and Sanitaire. Well, anyways, back to the topic. So I figured that those numbers were at the cleaner head with measuring the full width of the cleaner head is helpful, because then you know what you're actually getting through the carpet. But I've put in my 12-inch size of those plates for the airflow box under, so that now my smallest version of that plate under the airflow box, which is basically for 12-inch cleaners. So now we will be able to test all these guys, but get fair numbers. In other words, we'll actually be able to see how much they're actually able to pull compared to each other. This is not fully what they're getting. This is just for comparison purposes, to see which one is actually pulling through more than the other. So I will go ahead and set everything up, and we'll be on our way. Let's go with the Sanitaire SC89A. Here we go. So at 121 volts running, we get 2,147 feet per minute. I'll be back. I'll go ahead and post a picture to CFM, and I'll be back with you with the Avalier. Now it's time for the Kirby Avalier. Reminder, all these tests are done with the belt off. No brush roll spinning. 122.2 volts running. That's definitely higher than the Sanitaire's test. Yikes! So our feet per minute was 2,134. I'll translate the CFM here in a short bit and show you in the picture. And then we'll go for the Royal. And now for the Royal. All metal upright model 1010. So the feet per minute on a Royal is 2,029. And then the voltage from what I saw is 120, 120.9, somewhere around in there. So the voltage kind of dropped for the Royal during its test. But, so 120 volts, 2,029 is the number, so feet per minute. So I'll go ahead and see the CFM and then I'll get to the final conclusion. So here is my conclusion for this test. As we can see, things kind of flip-flop again between the Kirby and Sanitaire. The Kirby actually got more than this Sanitaire in terms of CFM through the carpet when there was, I didn't have the small version, the smallest pad under it, like this one. This is I have the smallest airflow box pad for this under there. But now that I have that under there, and both cleaners have only access to 12 inches of being able to suck in air through the pores to the carpet, things kind of changed, although it's very minor. Between the Kirby and Sanitaire, it's about a 0.4 difference, so there's no really appreciable difference. I think the Kirby got 55.6 CFM and the Sanitaire got a flat 56 CFM. The Royal got 52.9 CFM, I think, so the Royal's like 53. So all these guys are really close. The Royal is obviously lagging behind a little more than the other two. So there's basically the conclusion. The Sanitaire and Kirby are extremely close, and I mean extremely close, where it doesn't even make a difference. Both of them are fabulous. And technically, I don't think it's really that much of a difference for a Royal either. So the question is, how does the cleaning differences differ? There's also agitation, and obviously the Kirby doesn't have it compared to the Royal and Sanitaire. In fact, the Sanitaire might not have it compared to the Royal. Although I found out this weekend that, once again, the Royal's agitation can only be used on certain types of carpet. But there you go. So my conclusion is that the widths of the vacuum cleaner heads do make a difference when doing these tests. So if I am to compare other brands, I am going to have to use this method of mine where I put my smallest pad under there so that I can get fair results for comparison purposes. So the Sanitaire wins by a very, very small percent. But there you have it. So thanks for watching.